So like I said in my previous video, I want to point out how the Amish and the Jews were literally in the same boat. Because of my dealings with ftdna.com and learning about cousins, distant cousins that I have, in one in particular in Switzerland. And the reason why Switzerland is so important is because this is the location where most of the Amish came over from Europe to the New World. And he explained to me, this cousin of mine in Switzerland, he explained to me some details about those ships like Charming Nancy, Charming Polly, and some other ships, where because of religious persecution, the Amish were invited by William Penn to come to the New World. And when the Amish decided to do so, the Swiss government took advantage of the situation, and they also forced a bunch of Jews onto these ships and other undesirables that they didn't want. I know this is a fact. And according to my cousin in Switzerland, he said only now is the Swiss government starting to own up to those crimes. So, the Jews, not as many as the Amish, but there were quite a few Jews that were forced onto those ships with the Amish. Now, with that in mind, I have a statement to make to the Amish. Any of you Amish folks or ex-Amish who are listening to this, you cannot escape your Jewish heritage. I will show you why. Because every path in your genealogy that you go to, you will find a Jew. You will. And the reason why is because the Amish and Jews came to the New World on the same boat. So what I'm going to do, I went on my genealogy, I went and traced down, I went down one path. There's hundreds of paths to go down, well, close to it, maybe 50. And I went down one random path, and I'll show you what I found in my ancestry. So this is a message to not only the Amish, but to my own immediate family, who have the name Schwarie, Schware, or Schwarey, or Swarey. Any of those names, if you have those names, please pay special attention. And to the Peachy family as well, because I'm going to show you something. So, I'm going to start it like this. I have found some incredible information through the Israel Zook Schwarey family, my grandfather side of the family. I will post a name. With each name is a previous generation. I'll start with mine. Me. My dad, Ezra Schwarey. my grandfather, which is third generation, Israel Zook Shwari. Fourth generation, Sarah Zook. Fifth generation, Martha M. Peachy. Sixth generation, Abraham Peachy. Seventh generation, Barbara Yoder. Eighth generation, John Yoder. Ninth generation, Barbara Gerber. Why is that name important? I will explain. Barbara Gerber's father's name was Hans Gerber II, and the mother was Elizabeth Kaufman. Hans Gerber II served in the Maryland militia, which means he was neither Amish nor Mennonite. That means his wife was neither Amish nor Mennonite. His wife being Elizabeth Kaufman. Notice the name. Notice the name of Hans Gerber and Elizabeth Kaufman. Neither one were Amish. Their daughter, who was Barbara Gerber. I need to fix this that I posted. I put the wrong name on there. I need to fix it right now while I'm looking at it. Barbara Gerber. Okay, their daughter, Barbara Gerber, joined the Amish and married Christian Yoder. So who was Hans Gerber II? His father was obviously Hans Gerber Sr. Hans Jr. and Sr. came to the New World on the Charming Nancy with a bunch of Amish. The Swiss government forced as many Jews and other undesirables to board the Charming Nancy to the New World. Hans Gerber Sr. and Jr. were not Amish, but were among these Jews and undesirables. The wife of Hans Gerber Sr. died young. Her name was Maria Raes, or which is R-A-E-S-S, or R-E-U-S-S. Why is this important? Well, first of all, I was surprised to find that there were Cohens, Kuhns, etc. in my third, fourth, and fifth cousins. Cohen, Cohn, Kuhn, Khan among the Jews are Kohanim, aka Levite sons of Aaron. Well, so I looked up that name, R-A-E-S-S / R-E-U-S-S, on the JewishGen.org on the Holocaust Memorial, and there were around 3,700 of those names listed. And when I looked at the, where is this at? The Hessen-Gaterman Index. That one alone is 495, okay? When I looked at the Hessen-Gaterman Index, what I saw were, was it this one? Yes, it was this one. So many of these mother's maiden name, let's see, was Khan, Han, nearly half of them, nearly, it looks like, yeah, a good half. On this list alone were married to the Kohanim. Some Kaufmans, some Grunenbaum, etc. But you get the general idea. So apparently this particular name is tied very closely with the Kohanim. This is just one small branch in my family tree. I don't know how long it would take to go through all the branches. I tried my own surname, and it dead-ended in the 1800s, not long after, or somewhere around the time when Napoleon, in exchange for the Jews taking on surnames, he would grant them freedom. What is the word? Not amnesty. Emancipation. Okay, it was the Jewish Emancipation Order. You can look it up about Napoleon and the Jewish emancipation. The requirement was that they were to take on a surname. And so what happened was, and since the Ashkenazi Jews did not have surnames, there were immediate family members that took on different surnames. That's the reason why my surname, Schwarie, dead ends at around, I believe it was the early 1800s. Dead ends, I can't find anything. So I have to move on to the next one, and the next one, and all these. And so I found more than one. There's also the Gerber on my mother's side of the family. And of course, Kaufmans and Gerbers on both sides of the family. But I just went down this one path, and this is what I found. And I will attempt to go down other paths and find new information as well. But what I'm trying to say is to the Amish folks, you cannot escape your Jewish ancestry. It's impossible. It is impossible because you and the Jews came here on the same boat.